Boom! On the Tru-Mon Show, live and the direct, with my great brother, Will of Earth from Manitoba, Canada. Just a bit up north of Winnipeg, a place called, where are you from, Will, exactly?
I live in Strathclair.
Okay, Stratlair. I never heard that city
Uh,
before, but I'll check.
no one has. It's so small.
It's not a
Uh,
city.
no, it's a small little town. When I moved in, it said it. Wikipedia said it had 376 people living here.
Okay, so it's a small community. That's great.
Yeah, and then like the winter is harsh here, and it seemed like there was a funeral every week or two. So
Oh.
like, yeah, it's very old. Like everyone's old around me.
So today, like I said, we transferred our operation on the Truman Show for the series that we have already started, me and Will, on my other channel. Yeah, Motivation Academy. I'm just thinking of the words I say. That's all. That's why sometimes you're gonna catch me like re-say the words I'm saying because just want to rebrew it to see if it makes sense. Sometimes it does, sometimes it does not. But yeah, we're here to do a new series. I think it's going to be a kind of a long stretch, a long haul. For sure, it's going to be a long haul because we're carrying a load. But the load is not heavy. It's not because our trailer is heavy, but our trailer is full of words, and we want to like arrange everything in the trailer so that everything is clear and so that the thing we all is not such a burden and we have clarity. And so that's why we both really enjoy doing this thing. It's not so much like we're not going to bring you into etymology and that. It's more we're going to take words that the basic words like weeks, months, light, rise, sin, study, because it's not study, it's study. Like we're gonna give our own honest HONE. Okay, I don't come here to own anything, not to own you, especially people watching this, but to be honest with the words and give our perspective and maybe how the resonance we have with the words. Because in English, it's a very magical language full of spelling and spell and stuff. So we want to just make sure that we don't cast an evil spell on us with the words. So because I know this world is been like orchestrated by some psychopath or Babylonian, and they like to mess with our eyes. That's why they mesmerize you with words. And if you're not aware of the words of because the world is the word, that's what I've understood. That's what I have understood finally after how many days I'm here. No, I'm not days. Days, it's another word I don't want to use anymore because days, you are days étourdi, you know. Anyway, we're going to get to this, but
Yeah.
that's the reason why we're here is to take the words and bring clarity within our brain. So maybe if you watch it and if you listen, if you hear us and listen to us and observe what we're doing, it's going to bring also probably clarity to your being also if you're on the same plane as us. If you're on the same plane of existence. So I think we should start, Will, by exactly the word days. Okay, the word days because
All right.
that's what we deal with every day. We deal with days. It's Monday, Tuesday, like, but also days. If you take the word days, it's also could be written D-A-Z-E. So en français, ça veut dire étourdi, étourdi. Okay, which is dizzy, dizzy. You're days, you're dizzy. Like that's a bit the same thing. So what the reflection I made with this earlier today, and that's a good way to spark this conversation. We're not having a discussion. We're gonna have a conversation together. That's very different. Uh, Most people have discussion. No, we should converse. So anyway, so the days is there to also put you into a state of dazed and confused. We all heard the song probably from Led Zeppelin, Dazed and Confused. I think it's Led Zeppelin, yeah. So I think we pass our days dazed and confused. It will, and the reason why dazed is because in our headspace, conditioned headspace, we are on a ball spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. Subconsciously or consciously, you know about it, or you have investigated it, or you have dived deep into the out formation to create some information. That's what's going to happen. You're going to realize that maybe that's why you're dazed and confused, because subconsciously you've been conditioned to believe. That's another word we're going to explore, to believe certain things that might not reflect reality. So it's in that sense. But yes, what do you see from the word days and days? What's your resonance with? Because that's where we're going to exchange it. It's more how we resonate with the words. And we'll have a lot of experience also here on Earth with confusion, clearing the confusion. So that makes always a great conversation when we both know that we are confused and clearing the confusion and want to gain clarity. It makes beautiful conversation. So I'm pretty sure, I'm sure, but I'm not sour, because sure, it's another word. Sure is sûr, okay, and sûr is sour in
Yeah.
French. So you're sure. So you're sûr. You're sour. No, I want to be sweet. My fruit has to be sweet. So go ahead. Will, give me your resonance with this stuff.
Yeah, well, days. Yeah, it definitely goes along with being in a daze. It, then you look at the etymology, Middle English, DAI or DEI. It's either or. Anglo-Saxon is dag, plural dagas. Uh, where is it? Germanic, dog, dog. T- time the sun shines on the dagar. Yeah, Gothic dogs. Old High German tag, tag, tag. But yeah, one is English dehwag, to burn. Hey,
4 days to burn.
yeah, to burn.
Yeah, our
You know,
days are
S-
burning like crazy,
so
just like the money
that
burns in your hand.
yeah, that's like a destruction. That's a destructive thing. Yeah, a period of time between. Another thing that seemed funny about days.
But what I see funny exactly about days is really that we are really dazed, étourdi by the nonsense, also dazed by the nonsense. It's too much nonsense. So that's what it does to a being. When you keep shooting nonsense and feeding them with stuff that they cannot sense, they will become very desensitized. And that's what I think we need, sensitiveness, to stop being so dazed and confused. We need to
Yeah,
sense other beings, other sentient being too. Like we're so insensitive that we don't even sense other sentient being here on Earth. It's like that's the most. That's the. I think that you could probably put it as the most horrible crime of humanity is to ignore other sentient being as being very divine, and then
yeah,
we become very skilled to kill.
yeah. It's like rude when you don't acknowledge somebody else. Like I noticed this when I came to the small town, driving in the city. You you out of your kindness of your heart, you let someone in. You see that they need to get in there, and you slow down, and you compromise, and you let them in. You don't even get a wave. You don't get an acknowledgement. Like, you're rude. Come here to a small town for no reason. Everyone's waving. Hey, you are another person. I acknowledge you. Hey, you're there. So yeah, we're supposed to acknowledge each other. It's like, look, here you are. Don't ignore me. I'm not,
And
I'm
that's a
here.
really true phenomenon because you go in the shitty and people ignore each other. Like I've never walked in Montreal with someone saying hi, bonjour, whatever greetings they could, or a smile or a look, not even a look. Like people ignore each other, and that you can see it so much. The detachment, the division, the nonsense, the far away from love. Like we talk about love, that's another thing. Love. People should evolve, should rise in love, not fall in love, and all that concept, concept of falling in love. That's another thing. So yeah, so the days. Finally, that's it. I've made the clarity on this. It's not to be dazed and confused, but it's to be in action. In action for me is like action. It's simple. Towards higher and divine. Simple. Don't make it so complicated. Towards higher and divine and create an alignment with nature. In any action you do good. Feed the birds, feed the cow, feed the squirrel, feed the animals of the earth. Why do you think the animals that's what I was that's why sometimes we get hurt by our children, and we often our feelings get hurt with children, okay? Because they're supposed to be loyal to their parents. Parents also are supposed to be great guidance for their children. They're supposed to be teachers for their children. And often that's not the role that we play. So the children get deceived. So what do you do towards deceiver? Often you don't respect your deceivers and stuff. So you become very like, and this is what's happening in most family. I have lived it until I cleared the fog. Like that's very sometimes family can be synonym of conflict. If the beings are not aligned and centered, they create conflicts with others. That's why you carry hate in your heart and all that stuff, because you think it's you against the world when it's you versus you. So you come and create a lot of you think it's you against the world, and the world is other people, everything in the world. So go against everything, which is completely, you become very dazed, étourdi, and confused. And so, yeah. So that's about the days. Now, another word that I would like us to dig into it, and it's the word, but we were talking about sin, okay, about insanity. Insanity is a word that many people use. It comes out of their mouth like saying the world is insane. Like, what is that? That's so crazy. So crazy, because if you're insane, you're sane inside. The world is not sane. It's not insane. It's in sin sanity. You live in sin. You are a sinner. Not towards the Catholic Babylonian church, toward Iron Divine, because you rebel against Iron Divine. So the word sin, which also you have the city Cincinnati, but I'm sure you can extrapolate also on it. What about the sin? The sins, the sinner.
Yeah, it's like most of our words, like I was saying yesterday on the other show, there is they're supposed to be very long and descriptive, and we're supposed to put a lot to a sentence to describe something. And a lot of our words have been shortened down, so you have the sin. And like, yeah, you just pronounce it a little bit. It's sane, sane, sin, sin, sane, and then you eventually get Satan. So like you just you make the word longer of what it usually would have been, but you're gonna get down to Satan with sin, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I find that a lot of the times when we do short words like this, like sin and stuff, like the
Yeah,
shortest word, the smaller words have the bigger meaning. I find, like bigger significance. Again, meaning. It's such a word that we use. What did you mean? What do you mean? What the meaning of life? That this. That are we done being mean? Like, are we done being mean? Seriously, because it's not about being mean. It's about being kind. We're supposed to be humankind, no?
yeah.
Humankind. Oh, kind human. But we're not. We're not kind to each other. We're not kind to the earth. We're very, very destructive in our nonsense, in our insanity. We're very destructive to the earth, to everything around. So we have a responsibility to move out that insanity and bring some insanity. No,
See,
that's what it is. But anyway, he tried to make that like we are done being mean. The world is changing slowly. Merci Leslie, ça fait chaud au cœur d'entendre ça. WhatsApp, Nokia in the chat. Wheel of Earth. Rose tinted monocle. You're all there. Chivit. What's up? Ivar, Baris, all of you beautiful family. Because we're a family here. Me, I don't see. People might see me as stranger. That's the thing. Stranger. People might see me as stranger, but I don't see people as strangers. So, this is the thing also that we have to clear the fog from our brain. So, yeah, so the sin. Go ahead, Will. What were you saying?
Yeah, listen to the Satanati. Satanati. Cincinnati. Satanati. Cincinnati. Satanati. Cincinnati. Misery. Satanati misery. Like, I mean, it's the same word. It's the same sentence.
Sentence. Again, sentence. That's another word. You're sentenced. You go to court to be sentenced. But then you write sentence. So you tell me that this is not going to send you into some kind of jail. If you're not careful, the word you use, you're going to end up in jail, in the mental jail, in the mental prison. That's what people are in because they don't know how to write and what word to use. And today I know what I don't know. That's the thing. And I know what I have to learn. Again, learn another word. Studie. Is it like that? That's such a thing that I was sharing with you. The word study. Now I have all kinds of information pouring out. So that's what's happening. But the learning part. Like, that's what I was telling you. I would like you to extend a bit on it. Is it? Do we go? Like, I think we go to school to die. It's to die. Because you look at the word, it's STUDY. So it's to die. It's not to learn. You go there, it's to die.
That's what they're especially doing in today's schools, eh? It's forget about Mother Earth and divinity. It's forget about that. Forget about your soul. Forget about rising your soul. Here to take and actually go out and be bad, fall into your egos, fall into your wants, your desires. Here, go follow money. That's another ego thing. So yeah, it's going there to kill you spiritually. That's what school does, is killing you spiritually. You're no longer going to be a truly divine being after leaving that education. But you look at dance. You're sending a dance. You're setting a stance. So this is how this is. You could be sent ace. Or you send a trance. You're sending a trance with a sentence.
Yeah, because that tense thing, that stance, taking a stance, taking a stance, taking a stand, I think it has to do with that. When you take a stance, it's like you stand on something, then you don't fall for everything, you stand on something. Here, you better stand for something or you'll fall for anything.
Then you have sent entrance. So you're setting a gate. You're sending a gate. Here, have this gate that you have to walk through. Isn't gating, like you said the other day, walking as also? So you're setting a gate. You're setting a barrier with sent gate, sent gate.
Yeah, so the thing, that's it, the studai, and also the STU, and that's what we were saying. If you look at the alphabet, STU is side by side, okay? STUVW. So it's two. You find that everywhere pretty much. The ST, especially saints, it refers to the saint. Like I live in a city called Saint Martin. So saint again. Here in Quebec, everything is saint. Like everything is very, very. But not. I would like everything is very divine, but it's just the Matrix. I don't like to say so much the Matrix because to me it's the world. It's like the Matrix in your head. You can let go of that thing very easily if with a little bit of power of concentration and focus. And if you start learning, because the more you learn, the more you earn in divine vibration. Not in forget the money. I never talk about money here. When I talk, it's about vibe. I'm here for the good vibe. I'm not here for the money. I'm here for the good vibe and the love. That's why I'm here. So it's not never. I never think that I talk about money here because some people you start talking about achievement, success, and that, and automatically there's got to be a dollar sign. My reward, my payroll is the divine, just like will. So yeah, so that's the pay we get. We pay it forward. Oh, that's great. Hey, the studai, and you have also can die. Like, why is it like this? Like, what do you see? The use of mesmerizing people with those words, the will, according to you, the studai, the can die, and the ugly. Like, why do you say ugly when it's ugly?
See,
Why not pronounce the Y? Why pronounce the Y like a E and the I? You say I almost like the Y, like, and the J and the G in French, like all this.
see, I may think ugly might have been just that's a thing people went because it's sort of a natural reaction. Ugh, ugh. It's when we see something that we're sort of disgusted with, we just naturally go ugh. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, but is there anything ugly in this world? I don't think so. Maybe people with bad vibes and stuff. Yeah. But...
yeah, their mentalities
yeah.
and the way they're putting themselves out there can be very ugly. Like
yeah,
you see
it
like
can get ugly.
These super pretty people, like models and stuff like that. Oh, you let them talk long enough, they'll show their ugliness.
Yeah.
They're all pretty on the outside, but oh yeah, you let them talk and they will show how ugly they truly are.
Okay, but what do you see the relation with ugly, UGLY, and the hug when you hug someone? Because I was trying to bring that up to Kim before, and it says no, it's not the same sound. One is a H, and like to me, it makes the same sound. Hug, giving a hug, and why? What is someone that give a hug? Like someone that's is it uglish? Like, are you uglish? If you give too much hug, are you a uglish person? Like, what do you see in your dictionary about the hug? Because it's bugging me with the ugly thing because I don't see anything ugly. I see beauty all around and people with beautiful smile, and if they smile, if they inform their face that they're smiling too. Inform your face. If you're smiling, don't forget to inform your face.
Yeah. There's there's no real language set to it. It's just an explanation of annoyance, disgust, or horror, etc. Then you look at ugly. Where'd you go? I just had you. Yeah, fearful, dreadful, fear, or base of or for base see awe. So you're in awe too. The fearful thing just puts you in awe. You're shocked by it. Very unpleasant to sight, aesthetically offensive, unsightly, bad, vile, disagreeable, repulsive, offensive, objectionable. So just disagreeing, that's ugly.
Okay, so maybe we can also because I don't really like the word because it's the same as giving a hug. Like, what are you when you are a person that give a hugger?
Yeah, then you have threatening, ominous, dangerous, ill-tempered, cross, or quarrelsome. So
Yeah.
so to
Become
be
cruel, cruel, ugly.
yeah.
It's an
So
ugly
yeah,
world.
that's
Sometimes
going
a
back to
cruel
the
world.
feeling of, if you're an ugly person, well, that's going to show with your feelings.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, so the also like the exercise we're doing here, because I think the words is possible to bring them in a physical form, no? Like you can bring love into a physical form, you can be love. So this exercise is valuable in that sense also, no? Will has sent me a list of homophones, homonyms that we're gonna go through the whole list, no? We have already started, but it's very interesting to see the words that sound the same but spell different. Especially in English, there's so many. In French, maybe not. I would have to make a list come out, but maybe there is. But I don't think it's as extensive as this one here. And we start with add. Like we have. I just want to recapitulate a bit because it's good also to repeat. Me, I really enjoy repeating because that's how I'm going to clear the confusion and bring in more clarity. So we start with add. You have AD and add ADD. And you can have add HAD also. Like there's some others that are not there. Where do you see add? Because we see add in adver. Advert. That's we took that word apart the other day and we said
Yeah.
it's advert eyes meant. That's what it does. And the advert, like you have the var in there, which is green. So I want you to tell me again what you told me the other day about that add green eyes meant. Add green eyes meant. Like you
Yeah.
told me something.
Well, with the vert, that's like emerald. That's green. So that's Shiva's stone. That's Venus's stone. Is emerald. So she can either be rose, yeah, green and blue. So she can represent all of these things. But yeah, green is big for her. Vert, yeah. Then you have the vert ramp, the U, which is the bowl, the bowl of Shiva. Uh, and then yeah, you have the verse, the verse that's in there. So that's speaking, part of a song. Um, and yeah, advert eyes. So advert. So you're turning away eyes. So your advertising is turning away. It's usually to promote the our sinful things, our seven deadly sins. Usually advertisement is to, you're trying to entice the seven deadly sins. So you're adverting your eyes from being good, from the seven virtues. You're turning your ways away from the virtues. Choose. Choose. Green
Virtuos.
shoes.
Yeah. You know what I see here too? I don't know if you can resonate with this also. Advert. Vert, we're talking about var, we're talking about green. And what do we put usually to mask the background? We put a green screen.
Mm-hmm.
So the advertisement is the green screen in front of the real background. Could it
Yeah.
be something like that?
The aesthetics. Oh, what was that word where it was just explaining the aesthetics? Yeah, I mean, it's just the aesthetics. It's yeah, it doesn't really get down to the bottom line of what they're trying to put out there. Usually in an advertisement, is it's just the pure aesthetics of it.
It's to make you consume something.
Yeah, it's
Consume, some. Yeah, consum.
a con of
Consume
togetherness.
me. Consume me. Consume. Consume me. Consume. Consume. Consume me.
Yeah, a
Something like that.
negative.
Like it's gonna consume you.
Because the con would be the negative, and the sum, is it's the sun is the sum.
The sum.
Yeah, the sum of it. So gathering together of energies is the negative when you consume the wrong foods.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the yeah, okay. So, but the also you have add ADD to increase. Like we use add and I add. I add a good day. I add a great day. So you're adding another great day to your life also because you
Yeah,
have HAD, the verb to have.
yeah, had, yeah, then you get, yeah, the breath. So the energy, the flow of the alpha, the thing, and the D, the division. It's a because it's the division, denomination. It's divided into a number.
And why is the two main verb to be and to have? What do you see with this? Because en français, les deux verbes principaux, c'est avoir et être. En anglais, la même affaire, c'est to be and to have.
To
Why?
be.
Do they put two verb principle because it's the you have to be here, you have to be something, you have to be someone, or to have manners,
Yeah, to have to be. You have to
to
be
have
to
to be, you
have
have to be.
to be, instead of just being in a daze. Be be.
Yeah,
Just
it's you have to
be.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that too. So the other one that we touched here the other day was ale. Ale, pain, trouble. Okay, pain, trouble, and ale, liquor, beverage like the beer, ale, beer, and also ale, HIL, is garlic in French.
And then you also have hail,
Hail the
hail,
king.
hail. And it, I mean, yeah, you just jumble it, and it's hell, hell.
Yeah.
It, everything just seems to go back to hell, especially yes,
Hell. Hey, it sounds like hell.
yeah, and then yeah, hail. You have the falling ice blocks, ice balls of hail.
Yeah, you have the hail, the thing falling from the sky. The ice, 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 I see, I see, I see, ice, I see. You see through ice too.
Yeah, translucent, loose, lucent.
Translucent,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have the loose Luke scent, it's Lucifer scent.
translu. Oh,
Yeah, in a trance. So your transition and trance.
transition to with Lucifer, the light.
Yeah,
That's what they say. Why do they say that? That Lucifer, the light bearer, and stuff. What do you get from that?
Well, that all goes like that. That'll go back to the whole story of Jupiter and Lucifer, where Jupiter was the first sun, and no, sorry, Satan. Saturn was the first sun, and that sun turned dark, and then Lucifer, Jupiter, became the second sun, the new sun, the new rise of the new sun, the dawn of a new sun. So yeah, you this is you'll see this with Star Wars. Darth Vader, dark Vader. He's on the dark side. Luke, I am your father. Lucifer, I am your father. No.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So yeah, and you go back in the storyline of what they have. Anakin, man, kin. You then yeah is Anakin was good back in the day as a child. He was the light. He was on the light side, and then he went dark. So everything seems to be that story of the one father, then the son came of that father and took over, and the father went dark, and
It's a
with
it's Yeah.
Lucifer and Venus, they're the ones who came against Saturn.
There's a lot of things in this world, a lot of reference to the light. Okay, that's another word that's interesting because you can write it Lite, Light. Light. Is there another way you can write it? Light. I think there is, but I'm not sure. But anyway, it's two different ways. And the sunlight is Light. Those two letters, GHT,
Yeah,
and
well,
the light
GHT.
Lite.
Yeah.
But you find that on beer bottle too. Like that's what I think it is. It's to make you think that you're drinking the light of the sun. You are in a bit, but it's because you're drinking the cereal. The like beer should be made of water, barley, and hops. That's it. That's all. You should not have corn syrup and all kinds of madness in there. But most beers today, which people are really not aware, that's another thing. Eh? Vegan people and people that are conscious about their health and stuff, they will eat good food, but they don't drink soda pop and stuff. But sometimes they will go into a social thing and drink beer and just drink. They don't really observe what they're drinking. We observe what we eat, but I think we're not vigilant enough with what we drink. And the beer is one of them, and the wine and the sulfite and the wine and the all the nonsense that they add to the beverage to lower vibration. And beer is one of them, because you find beer brew with corn syrup with propylene glycol, like the Corona Extra. Everyone freaks on Corona. There's freaking GMO rice syrup, brew with GMO rice syrup and the rice grain and propylene glycol. Apparently, like there's been so the vigilance part has to be there, and that's why observing the words also will bring more vigilancy to like everything that you observe, you will become more vigilant after, for sure. What do you think?
Yeah, see, it's glycol. The sugars that they're putting in, it's all extremely sticky, right?
Yeah,
You look at this stuff as extremely sticky stuff. This is the glycol, glucosamine, glucinate. It's all glue. It's all some sort of glue, and this organic glue, it's it can actually this is what I was looking into when I was looking into these psychotic pills, or how whatchamacallit happen, how schizophrenia happen, is the glucose. The glucose in it, it starts to become a poison, and this is a part of our receptors in our brain, and it can actually change our DNA because it's a glue, so it attaches, right?
that's it.
And then you have like the GMO stuff. Well, that's attached. It's another sort of glue that's attached that kills. That still doesn't kill the actual, So like this this is coming along with our food too as a glue on the glucose.
There's
It,
another one too with glue. It's monosodium glutamate, like the MSG.
MSG, yeah, the same
Monosodium
thing too.
glutamate.
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 Yeah, it all goes. Yeah, the glue. It yeah,
Oh, hold on. You use the word mate also, like hey mate, what's up, mate? And
yeah,
glutamate,
right,
glue.
friend.
It's gonna glutamate. It's gonna glue your
Glutamate.
mate.
Yeah, glutamate. Yeah, it's the
Glutamate.
same. It's the same thing with all of these derivatives of salts. They take minerals for or like actual rocks and stuff like that, and instead of actual salt, like from salt places, lake beds or whatever, the actual take actual minerals and hard. They're not really. They're like a derivative of salts, uh, and then those are broken down chemically. And then the way those are broken down, they become soluble to the natural salt that's in there, right? So
Okay.
now you have this natural salt, and then you have the unnatural compound in there together. So the body will soak up the natural salt, and what that natural salt was doing, that was keeping intact the free radical, because that's what these extra minerals are. They're free radicals. They're highly magnetic. They want to attach onto something else. They need a host in either to live, otherwise they will die itself. But they're so strong magnetically, they're going to attach to whatever was wherever that sodium was taken off. And then that will that's where you get your gallstones. This is where you get your calcification of the pineal gland. This is you look at those other minerals too. They do not if they have high burn rates. You're looking at 1200, 1400 degrees Celsius in order to burn these off. They're only soluble on that one or two types of things. But yeah, once they're uns once that chemical bond is now broken, that magnetic bond, all chemical reactions are magnetic reactions.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. Yeah, once that's gone, this is now attaching onto whatever. So it's a glue, it's a magnet. Yeah,
So
the glucose will, so yeah, you have the minerals that stay in you, and then you have the glucose, which actually may change your DNA.
glucose, it's another one. Glucose, but salt. You were talking about salt. Look, I'm putting something in the chat. Look. Salt. The word salt is very, very
Yeah.
interesting because it's going to bring us to another set of homonyms. They are. I was going to say homonym. And the word salt, you have S. The S for the serpent, the spine, and alt for altar.
Alter,
Okay.
yeah.
And, en français, salt is sel. S-L for Elohim or something like that. The serpent, Elohim. So you ascend, you take your salt, or Santos explained me something about that. I would have to. I heard so much stuff in the last 4 years here, but I know it's about ascending some kind of sap or some kind of balancing those cell salts, and now again I think he called it cell salt. So
Yeah.
cell, and you have cell also. Hold on, you can write
Yeah.
cell like
Then you
this.
have the cell, the cube, the box, the
C'est ça.
666. That's
So
that's
what?
what they're talking to us when they put up that symbol. They're talking to our cell salts, because each of this, it's either in the shape of the octagon, which with the octagon you'll get all the sacred geometry shapes out of the octagon. You'll get fire, earth, air, water, and ether, the dodecahedron.
But also the alt could refer to stopping something like
Yeah,
alt,
an altar. Yeah, that's the sacrificial, the thing where you put up and you sacrifice something.
table of worship.
Yeah, yeah, they call it a table, a warship. you know, uh,
Worship.
yeah, it's not like they're like, oh God, yeah, God, it's kill, yeah, God. It's yeah, they're sacrificing the wrong stuff at that altar. We have our own altar, and we're supposed to sacrifice ourselves. We're supposed to self alter ourselves.
Self alter herself, but that's what we were talking yesterday. That alter also refers to change, and we were talking about the word alternatives, and that's what they tried to change, is the native way of being. The in the native people, like they came here in America and tried to decimate all the tribes of native people. We know that. I'm an intruder. I am a. I am. Miam miam. We say miam miam. And we say miam miam. I am miam miam. Miam miam.
It,
Miam miam.
then you have
Miam. Miam. I am. Miam miam miam. Miam miam. Or we say that for cats, I think. Meow. We say mew mew, meow meow, meow meow. We say meow meow for the cat. Meow meow when it's good. When something is good. Oh, meow meow, it's
Yum
good.
yum. Mm.
Hmm.
Yum yum. Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I am. Anyway, so yeah, I was. I don't know why I lost what I was going to say now. I was
Well,
talking about the alternatives, alternatives. That's it. We know that that's what they try to do to alter ourselves from the natural way. Definitely, and native people were very, very much towards nature, very natural people, not necessarily with makeup. Wake up, you don't need makeup. That's another word. Makeup. You take
mm,
the M, you reverse it. It does wake up. Wow.
yeah, turn it
So
around. You're sleeping. Your
yeah.
eyes are down. But
So
yeah,
yeah, so the altar for altar, also the altar of Babylon, where you put your head and the devour your soul, or you put your head, or you not physically but spiritually or mentally, you put your head on the altar of Babylon, and they come and devour your soul. If you are not again, that is very easy to not let happen. It's just taking responsibility and start thinking and questioning stuff. And your head is no more on the altar of Babylon. You are part of the solution, no more the problem. Simple. So next word we said I L, and also there's a one here which is air. Okay, air. The air we use airplane to go through, like the air, ERR, which refers to error, making a mistake, and the air, which is the inheritor. When you heritage, when you have an heritage, I think it comes from there. Inheritor, the air. But also what I see from there, the word air, inheritor, you just add the D, and I think it makes, or you take out the I and you add a D, it makes herd, the herd, the herd of sheep or something. So yeah, so air. What do you see with this, Will? What comes to your?
and that's messed up too with air, or you're the inheritor. How come I say air, but I don't say hair? I say inheritor. The H is saying enunciated in inheritor, inheritance, but not for the living heir.
Yeah, true, huh? And you can have a air, your air on your head too, no?
Yeah,
HAR. Yeah,
because yeah, this is hair is it's flow of energy too. Like it's saying it's our dead scales, our dead skin scales, right? And this builds up in our hair, and this is supposedly all dead. But if I get plastic enough, it will becomes electric. It's all electric. It all has energy.
yeah,
And that's
definitely.
what it is. Energy doesn't die. And like, yeah, with the hair, so yeah, that's passing on of the genes, because it's all, our hair is just packed full of genes, our genetics. And it's going to have the genetics of our parents, grandparents, and all whatsoever. Then yeah, you have the passing air, because air doesn't, or energy doesn't change, it just transmutes,
And it's
transforms.
interesting to put the air under a microscope too. Take your hair, put them under a microscope. Have you ever
It's all
look at
scaled.
your body hair, like your
Yeah.
beard hair and your hair, and you're gonna see it's like fiber optics or something. It looks like it.
Yeah, it's sort of translucent too. You can sort of see through it, because everything too, they try to hide it, is crystalline. Everything is a form, some sort of form of crystal. That's everything, inorganic, organic. It doesn't matter. It's all some sort of form of crystal. That's how copper is made. It's if they don't find it naturally in a solid form, they grate rocks, and they shred a whole bunch of a mixture of minerals, and then uh, they send electricity in a solution.
Solution.
Yeah, that's funny one, eh?
Yeah.
And then yeah, then they electrify a little bit, and the copper will join together and line up as a crystal. This is what crystals do. They join together and line up. They say in nature there are no straight lines. Look at crystals. There's straight lines on crystals. But yeah, you look close enough. You look at all the minerals close enough, and uh, yeah, it becomes scaly. You know, that's like when we're feeling something smooth, we're actually feeling the magnetic force of all of the individual molecules. So the smoother and the more tightly packed the molecules, the smoother it's going to feel. The more coarser the molecules, the more coarse it's going to feel. Because yeah, we don't actually touch anything. There's a very very small little barrier in between, and that's what we're feeling. Is we're feeling the magnetic barriers because we're all the same. This is we're all this everything is this is why stem cells in stem cell research is becoming a big thing, because all you have to do is change the environment of a cell, a molecule, and it will grow and change to whatever. It's all about what's around the environment will change, will will determine how that cell is going to grow, and that's how stem cells work. And this is how alchemy works too, with changing lead into gold and all that. Everything has the blueprint within everything to make everything. If you break down things enough, you can change the chemical composition to pretty much everything, as long as you break down what the thing is. Once it is a thing, it's going to be this thing and grow into whatever thing it's going to be. But yeah, you can break this down, right? You can.
Definitely. And I like what you're saying about recognizing that we're all the same and stuff. Like I don't think we're the same in the we're the same in a sense. We're the same in a sense. We all have blood flowing, red blood, and blood flowing through our vein, and the same organ, the same bones. That, yeah. But the expression of your being might not even be expressed at all. Like some people do not shrink all their life and they're shy with life, and but it's your expression. What differentiates us is the way we express ourselves, the words we use, how much energy we have, how much energy we come out in the world with. This makes a whole difference between being from beings. But yeah, the essence is the same. So it should be a very, very easy work to recognize yourself into others and not cause division and nonsense and hatred and jealousy and envy and all the bad stuff. But yeah, once you do recognize yourself as being the same as your brothers and sisters, maybe different in vibration, like I don't think anyone has my vibe because this is the way I vibe. That's the way, but someone else has spoken the words I'm speaking. Like the words are the words, but the way you express the words makes a whole difference. And this is where your vibe attract your tribe, because you have a vibe. Like we all have a very unique vibrational signature. I've said that from day one here. You have a very unique vibrational signature, but that's what's unique in you, because the rest is the same as everyone, as all your brothers and sisters that lives here on Earth. And like even the animals, like it's rare that you're going to find an animal or another sentient being in nature that have one eye or that have just one nostril in their nose. Like, have you
Yeah.
seen a lion with one nostril and one eye? No, they all have two eyes, a nose, ears. Even fishes, they breathe through their sides. Like, all the whole thing is operating on the same operational principle. Like, it's not easy to to see. It's not hard to see. It's very easy to see, but that's invisible. That's invisible. So you have to train yourself to see that stuff. And I think like you don't even, some people can't even perceive their own vibration. So let alone the vibration of other people in the world. Like, to catch our vibe here and stuff. Like, I'm not here to shove things down your throat. I'm not here to be like I say it. I'm going to repeat it. I'm here to, because life is serious business. Like, serious. That's why the star Sirius is coming probably in their nonsense. Then but maybe there is. That's the name they give to it. Like, again, the name that you give to things have a significance also. So I wouldn't say, okay, it's Babylon that named the star Sirius. It's coming our way for a reason, because we're becoming more serious with life. Like most, there is a big something happening here on Earth for sure, and we're starting to recognize more stuff and recognize other beings. And yeah, and another thing you were saying also, I don't interrupt you. I take notes during the time you talk, and I come after with my thing. You were talking about straight lines, that there was no straight line in nature, and it's true. There's no straight lines in nature, and that's why roads are very unnatural, because it's good to travel on the roads with your car. It's smoother. I get it. But if you go in Africa, in the middle of the African safarian, there's no roads. There's no lines on the road. Like you just Canada, US, some other countries that you're gonna go, and here you find straight lines on the roads everywhere, because that's the unnaturality again, that you travel on each and every day. You don't travel on the ground, like you're isolated again from the ground, and that's why you find chemtrails or some kind of line in the sky. Again, they are straight. That tells you it's not natural. There's nothing straight. We come here to set the record straight, but there's nothing straight right now. We're all freaking crooked and going like this and misaligned. So we're here to set the record straight. That's our job. Not only me and Will, everyone. Everyone is here to set the record straight. That's the only thing that should be straight. It's the record, is what we experience here. But the rest, the lines and stuff, for sure, it's easy to see that these lines in the sky are not natural. Like clouds, to me, it's not a straight line. What is that, to make clouds in a straight line now? But we're so... first of all, we're blind, so they can project anything in this world, and people, we're blind to. Like, I've never lifted up my eyes even to the sky to notice the stuff. So it's very... we're doomed to charlatans and deceiver if we don't activate what's up there, the brain, the mind, the soul. The brain. Activate your brain. Keep it to the brain. The brain, keep it to stuff you can sense. I say to start. Like to start creating some kind of connection with yourself. Stick to your brain and your heart. Like, never mind the mind. Never mind the mind and the soul, and stick to your brain. Activate your freaking brain. That's what we all need to do. But it's a big job. I know it's not that easy, but it's doable. It's doable once you start a few little things, and that comes in the way to distract you from your real work here, because you have one job. Like, the occupation you do in Babylon is one thing. It's to bring money home and feed your family and stuff. But the only job we that's easy to come here and do the stuff we do, because we have the same employer, me and Will. And all of you in the chat, we have the same employer, which is the divine. We have realized what's our job, and it's to uplift not only ourselves, but others. And that's what you do also in the chat. With all your comments there, it's uplifting us. It's giving us fuel. And that's wonderful. We fuel each other. Come on. That's what we need to move out our nonsense, Will. What do you think about that? Fueling each other. Not because we don't need to fuel airplanes. I think they're powered on compressed air, but we need to fuel ourselves.
Yeah. Set the record.
Yeah.
The disc. The straight. It's plain. It's plain and simple.
Oh, it's plain and simple. Wow.
Yeah. What did Auguste Piccard say? The first man to fly up into the sky. It seemed that the world was a flat, upturned disc.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so we're setting. Then it's funny too. Moon,
And they say the truth is in plain sight.
plain sight. Yeah,
Plain
yeah,
sight.
yeah. We're going to go over moon,
Oh,
and moon is interesting. You have Middle English mona, moni, Anglo-Saxon mona, Gothic mena, to measure, probable basic sense that measures time. So the moon is a measurement. A heavenly body revolves, and it's funny too. Yeah, they put the miles, how far it is, and oh yes, lies. Here's some lies.
it's just the numbers. It's most numbers. I cannot even fathom what's like the idea of the numbers. So crazy, no? Like putting the sun at 93 million miles from the. You imagine how far that is. You imagine how just 1 million mile,
Oh,
just 1 mile. It's further than down the road here. 1 mile add 93 million like this. Like I wouldn't even see the sun, but that's what it is. Also, that's why they put the sun so far. Because what is the sun? The sun is the light of the world, right? It's the light of the world. If there's no sun, there's no light. So, are we seeing the light? Not really. As humanity, are we seeing the light? No, we're not seeing the light. We are in darkness. So that's why they put the sun far and it's realistic in their nonsense because it's 93 million miles away. In reality, you wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see the light at 93 million miles away, probably. No
no,
matter the
definitely.
size, that it doesn't make sense. So that's why humanity is not seeing the light because in their construct nonsense, that makes sense. It's very, very far. And that's why we are not seeing the light and we live in darkness until we decide to bring the sun closer to us, which is more accurate. And then you will see the light. I seen the light when I saw the sun. When I started seeing the sun and perceiving the sun for what it I was seeing, not some construct in my head by other people, then I started seeing the light. But you have to see the sun. For the sun is the light. Like, what is the light? A freaking flashlight in your face? No, it's the sun. But no one really give attention to the light because we live in darkness. Like yesterday, I was watching something and I was seeing people in bar and stuff. You know, when you go into a bar or a strip club or anything like that, it's very, very low vibe. These places, me, even younger, I never felt going into a bar. Like I was never a bar person because I felt the energy was so wrong in there, and that it was evil. The energy into a bar, into a like a discotheque. Listen to the word, the disco to disconnect you. That's why you have disco. You go dance on disco because you're totally disconnected with mesmerized lights around and like that's what it is, but it's very low vibe. There's so much stuff that we go into like when we're young, we think it's the big thing and it's there just to mess with our eyes. Today I know, back then I didn't know. I don't know, not questioning stuff. Maybe my mind wasn't sharp enough. I was too in fear, too insecure. I think today what brings me to this state of being is really I trying to discard or to transcend the insecurity and the fears. I do a good job so far, but that's what we have to do. We can be in fear, like that's what feeds. That's what they feed on, the fear. Like, can we feed on energy instead of fears? Like, this is what I realized at one point. We should feed on our energy and stop feeding on fears. So much, so much. Eight. No, the next one is aisle. Okay, maybe we'll finish with this one, Will, because like I said, we're gonna do those an hour and something. So it's not, and we're gonna come back pretty much every day, me and Will. Here, other unless he has something to do and I can't, and but other than that, we'll do the Tru-Mon show like this every day. I will, no problem with that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. So that's it. So the next is aisle, okay? Because aisle can be, that's a very interesting one. We have, uh, look, I'm going to show you the list. Look, that's the list we're doing. I'm going to put the right, here. Bon. Okay, that's the list we're doing. We have 4 pages like that. And now we're here. I'm at aisle here. So we have all this to do, and there's 4 pages. And when I start talking, sometimes give me one word, I'm gone for 3 hours. Like, so it could be a long thing, a long series. I see us doing. We're gonna try to. I don't know. I was trying with Rosine to reach 33. Maybe we'll do that with Will Everett. We'll reach 33 episodes together to cover all the homonyms, nim. Anyway, so isle, which refer to a passage. You have isle, which refer to an island, and this is a very, very significant word. Island. It's the island.
Yeah.
It's the island. Island is such a big word, and it's written I-S land. Every time you see the S, every time I see the S, I think of the spine of the serpent spine or whatever, and I think about us, about beings when I see the S. That's exactly the relation I make to the spine right away. And yeah, so you have I this one, you have I like I will of Earth. So tell me more.
Yeah, I hear my name all over the place. Everyone uses I will do this, I will do that. Okay, I will. It's like, oh no, you're not. I am Will.
I am Will, and Will I
Yeah,
am.
yeah,
William, Will I am.
yeah.
If
No,
your
it's
name out there, if your name is William out there,
well, yeah,
my, that's a powerful name. You have the willpower. Like we all have the willpower, but I think William has an extra willpower.
yeah. No, it's there's extremely powerful old name and Wilhelm.
Is your name only Will? Is your mother name you only Will or William?
It's William. Yeah,
Oh, it's William. So that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I didn't know. I thought it was only Will. Because
Yeah,
Wheel also.
that's another thing I was going to eventually get to too. Is like I want to go back to my original name, William. William. This is my given name. Using a name that isn't a given name, is sort of an alter ego sort of thing. Now it's not truly me, right? I'm William, and it's been proven too. People who change their names, they're more unhappy. They live a more unhappy life. uh, yeah, I knew a guy who changed his name, and oh, what a miserable guy he was. Just yeah.
But I changed. But I changed. I didn't change so much. It's still Yannick, but it's just spelled different. You can pronounce it still Yannick. I have no issue with my name at all. It's just Tru-Mon. Tru-Mon. I think it's cool. I think it's cool, and it's really it's my alias. It's my alias. Like you have to have an alias.
Yeah,
Like
you can
you have to
have
have an alias because in this world you're not. So I have myself right by my side. It's called Tru-Mon.
and we're allowed an alter ego, an alternate personality. We are legally you can have a alternate ego person. You can be two people. No, that's
Yeah.
my alter ego.
Alter ego. That's it. You change your ego. Alter, change your ego
And your
for
persona, person one, person
red squirrel. Oh wow, that's such a beautiful thing. Red squirrel whisperer. Wow, this is powerful. I feed the squirrel all the time. I feed the squirrel. Red squirrel whisperer. Wow, I whisper to the squirrel too. Wow, this is so powerful. Like it's not a you're not here for no reason. I feed the squirrel and I whisper to them too. Hello, bros and sisters. Yeah, yeah. Red squirrel and Christina Fox. Hi, Christina.
yeah.
Yes, we are eye on life. That's a good greeting. I like that eye greeting. It's like, yeah, for sure, we're high on life. And Ireland has been decimated by debt. They are all debt slave for life. I think but the word debt is another word that we have to take into account here. It's
Debt,
debt.
yeah,
Debt is debt. Debt.
that's a big
Debt.
one.
Debt.
Yeah, let's talk about Ireland for a bit there. Yeah, but back in the day when there were slaves here in North America, uh, if not the same amount, but maybe even more of the slaves that were here in North America were Irish. A lot of all of the Celtic languages have been decimated. They are all extinct. There is no more true Celtic languages out there. Why? Why was it such a big thing that they had to extinct this language? And yeah, they treated they treated the Irish people just as bad as blacks. Yeah, they're treated just the same,
Yeah,
as a lower sort of life form. It's yeah, yeah. They must the old druids, they must have known some stuff for
for sure.
sure, for
Like
sure.
the word is the world. The word is the world. Like it's clear to me, but it's clear also that there's been people before me. So I haven't started trouble here. The trouble was already there when I showed up. So I'm sure there is people orchestrating that trouble and that nonsense. So for sure there was other people before these people came and start bringing us into nonsense and to spells and stuff and evil living like evil living is the opposite. You look at the word backward, it's evil. So yeah, so it's the opposite of living. So to put us in a like born dead with life pretty much, like I don't know how to put it so much anymore, like we gotta be reborn in this world literally. But what I was talking about is the people before, like there I'm sure there was languages before, like there was the language, like the languages of the gods, of the Elohim, of the real, like this they say the word come from God, come from divine, come. I agree, but we have some deceivers and some people that want to take advantage of other people because of corruption, because of money, different stuff happening in this world, that people mostly abuse other people, and that's a fact. We can see that everywhere. But what I mean is there must have been great leaders before, like it's not wrong to have leaders if the leaders are for the people really, and for the people to uplift and serve the people. There's nothing wrong with leaders. Like
Yeah,
I lead my own ship here. That's maybe a ship, Tru-Mon show, something. But I'm not a deceiver. I'm not here to deceive the masses. I'm here to lead my ship by example. Other people should lead their ship too. So this is the thing. Leadership is not a bad thing, but in this world, it's being used for steering the ship of others. Like they want you to get into their ship, but they're the ones steering the ship. This is the thing, on the ocean of Babylon, but don't stay in your notion, because there's a big ocean out there. That's another word. Ocean. Notion. Why there's
yeah.
notion?
Going to leaders. Yeah, these people who lead. Who is the last political leader here in Canada? Louis Riel. How long ago was that? You know,
Louis Real.
yeah, Louis Riel, Louis Riel.
Montreal. You have Montreal.
Yeah, yeah. He was a Métis, and he became a politician, and yeah, he did a lot of things that was great for natives and Métis people, and he was one of the he in Canada. Yeah, he was the last great political leader, and then they made him out he, to be a crazy person later on. They may have made him go mad. I don't know. Maybe they poisoned him, used some magic, or they just fought against him so much. Just like Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla was fighting and fighting and fighting to get his stuff out there, but they made him out to be some sort of crazy person at the end of his life and all that. Then you look at what JFK was the last political leader in the States that was big. Oh, JFK. Well, what was he? He was a truther. His last speech was trying to come out against the banksters and the people behind everything. What happened to him? He assassinated. So like you're not allowed to be a great leader anymore. It's just like there's systems in place, so you're not going to be a great leader.
The system, again, it's a system of belief. Là. That's the other thing that I find, that people are very much attached to their belief. Especially me, I like reggae music, but I enjoy reggae music a lot, listening to reggae music, and mostly all I hear sometimes is belief, belief, belief. I'm so done with this. Like, that's why I have switched to a more Californian reggae vibe, because there's not the guys are more rock and hardcore and the rock and roll, and like there's no so much belief about Rasta and Rastafari and I listen less. Like I say, don't worship a man so much. Worship the divine. If you worship, even worship is not a word that we should even use. The worship, like war, and also there's whore in Babylon, the whore of Babylon, and then you have worship. So I don't know. It's not a word that resonates so much, but I think we're here, yes, to take a leadership, take our own responsibility. Like, I'm not here to take your responsibility. I'm here to
lead your ship.
Yeah.
Lead your ship. That's all you can do. You only have one ship. You can't control anybody else's ship. You lead your ship.
Yeah. That's it. It's all
lead,
about
and
leadership,
then
and
you lead by example,
that's it.
and hope others will follow.
But that's always shine by example. Like, I don't consider myself as a really I'm just a man that shine by example, and really, I still have a lot to discover within me. So I'm barely scratching the surface of my potential. I haven't done nothing here yet. I'm just still in warm up, just being reborn. So I'm gonna keep expanding with the wheel of earth on these words for sure. Like, the next time we get together, we'll start with the arc, ARC and ARC and ARK, because that's interesting. The C and the K are
They're
two
big.
letters, very, very interesting. The C and the K, and we have a lot to say about this. Like, the arc is the curve shape. The arc is the boat, can be the boat, the arc of Noé, the arch or something. Then you have the number 8 and 8. I ate. Oh yeah, what did you eat yesterday? Like, again, the hatred in the words. Like, that's the kind of thing we should not bring those words into our everyday vocabulary, because it brings a spell on you. Like, you're casting your own spell with the words. So by bringing a greater awareness, like observing 8 the sound. That's why we said words, sound, and power. That's what we're gonna analyze here. We're gonna Now it's more an intro. It's more an intro now. The next one will go right away, dive deep with the words, and have a better pace and momentum with the words, because we have a big list. Like, I don't want to, at one point we have to go through it. So we're gonna dive deep and get momentum and stuff. But now that was more like an intro, or what we had the intention of taking this and stuff. But yeah, no, we're gonna be here again tomorrow. Tomorrow is gonna be a moon day. Moon day tomorrow. Yeah, it's Sunday today, but it's cloudy. I don't see the sun today, but it doesn't matter. It's still a sunny day. The sun always shines. The light is always there behind the cloud. That's why the cloud in your brain, don't worry about that. There's always light behind the cloud. If you just go soar a bit higher, like over the cloud, like an eagle does in a storm, you're going to see the light. That's all it is. And the eagles fly alone, pigeons flock together. So you got to learn to take some walks alone also. Don't feel lonely. You're alone, but you're not lonely. Like, the divine's got your back here. Don't worry about other beings. Just do your thing, and the divine's going to show you the way and show you the words and show you the path that you should. You're going to receive signs. You're going to receive signs. You're not going to receive a letter in the mail to congratulate you for your divine work on earth. Woo! It's not how it works. You're gonna feel it, but I can't explain you. It's hard for me to explain all this because it's something you have to feel, and when you feel it, whoa, that's a major change. So, Will, thank you very much, and we will be here again tomorrow. We'll be at the 5 p.m. Manitoba time, 6 p.m. Montreal. We have an hour difference. He's an hour behind me. So an hour before me is 5 p.m. for Will in Manitoba, near Winnipeg, and here Montreal 6 p.m. Thank you very much, Will. You want to add something before we close this great conversation?
Yeah, I was almost at the moon there, getting to a little bit at the end of the moon. A plant. Where are you? When visible as a circle or an old warning. The moon after a month. Where's the part? A planetary satellite to form an ocean. A moonstruck to have the notion or behaving moonstruck to wander in a gaze. Here we're getting
Oh,
to the gaze, going back to the gaze, about in an idle, listless, or abstract manner. To pass time is mooning, but where the full moon, it appears particularly narrow. The
and then
moon, when the moon is a full moon, the moon entire disk is illuminated. The entire disk. Listen to the word that they use. The entire disk. They don't call it a ball. They don't call it a sphere. They
a
call it a
disc.
disk.
Yeah, it's interesting that disc a word too because yeah, no discovery. Maybe you're gonna discover the disc in the sky. Maybe the sun is a disc too. Like I don't. It's hard for us to see in 3D anyway where we are with our eyes. Like my
Yeah.
eyes only see in 2 dimension. Like to see the 3 dimension of the car, I have to move. Like if I see the car from front, I just see the front. I don't see all the dimensions of like if I look at this piece of paper, I don't see the whole the depth of the paper. I just see the so we see in 2 dimension. So 3D. I mean that's why they give you 3D glasses. They tell you when you go to cinema to see in 3D, you have to wear glasses.
See, this
Why?
is scaling back, going back to scaling. You're
Scaling.
scaling. You got to move a little bit. Just move just slightly in order to get that 3D motion. If you just stay still, everything seems a little bit 2D-ish. But yeah, you have to move that little bit in order to get that depth, the
That's it.
scale.
The scale. Yeah. So thank you very much, Will. Bliss, everyone in the chat. What's that website
Yeah,
to find
lots
you
of
on that radio station? Me, it's you talking about me or oh me?
try.
It's www.byteradiouk.com. That's where I blast my reggae tunes. Each and oh Bozo, je parlais de toi l'autre jour, Martin, je parlais de toi l'autre jour, man. Martin, je suis tellement content de te voir ici dans le chat. Sérieux, l'autre matin, je parlais de toi. Où ce qui est Bozo? Bozo Martin, là, je cherchais ton nom de ton YouTube name. Là, ça vient de Bozo le clown. Yeah, Bozo le clown. Martin, greetings, Martin. Un plaisir encore. Plaisir de t'avoir parmi nous. Yeah, it's byteradiouk.com. That's where I blast the reggae tunes. And some, like, I'm not into the regular reggae that everyone plays around. I'm digging far to find great reggae band with conscious lyrics and something to uplift, really to uplift because the beliefs, I'm a bit done with the belief stuff. So I try to stick with the uh, great message in the music, and yeah, I found some amazing. I have all my sessions are posted on Mixcloud. You can go on Mixcloud under Tru-Mon Productions, and you'll find all the show that I've done on Byte Radio. I record them and I put them on SoundCloud. So if you're not there on the spot when I'm live, you can re-listen to it after, which is great. So yeah, Bozo, large up, Bozo. Long time no see. Yeah, he's good. Martin is on. Woo! The high road, the highway, avec son truck bleu. Sur le highway, the highway of life with his blue van. He's going to take it out soon, the snow. Yeah, wonderful. Great vibe. What did you say? Jacques Cartier avait nommé le Mont-Royal Montrealis. Un Italien fit la traduction de Mont-Royal à Montreal sur une carte. Oh, interesting.
One reality.
Yeah.
Then you have Lois, low us. You know, that's what Louis is low us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Low us, one reality.
That's it. So thank you, everyone. We're going, and we'll be back tomorrow, like I said, 6 p.m. my time, 5 p.m. Will time. And it's all the same now, but just so we don't, we're not, because I attach importance to punctuality, personally. I like to, when I tell you I'm going to show up here at a certain time, expect me here, because I'm going to be there. That's one thing you can expect from me is 90% of the time I'll be very punctual. So when I attach importance to that, just by respect, it's a matter of respect for me. We have wasted enough time, don't you think? Don't you think we have wasted enough time? You think I'm going to make you waste your even more time? No. I'm going to be here. When I say I'm there. And that's for me. Anyway, life is so beautiful, so uplifting, so nourishing, and so you can nurture so much just out of the vibration from life that for sure I will never stop until I have no more breath going through my nostril. I'll be doing the work I'm doing now with probably the words and stuff. I don't see that work on words. And again, word, you look at the word work, you have a K. It's word with a K. You take out the D and it's a K. So work on your word. It tells you work, work. It's just one letter. Anyway, we're going to extend on that. Man, we could keep going and going. We'll never stop. That's what we have the intent to do. Never stop arising. It's a rise each and every day. Every day is a brand new celebration. Give thanks for life. We're out. See ya, people. Tomorrow. Boom.